Welcome. In this guide, we'll cover the entire process for secured cards. Stick around as we break down step by step the complete guide to build credit with a secured credit card here on Credit Duck. This video is carefully designed to guide you through the entire journey so you can build credit with confidence. A secured card is straightforward. Because the bank doesn't fully trust you yet, they ask for a refundable deposit, let's say $300. In return, they'll give you a secured card with the same amount as your credit limit. Over time, as you use the card responsibly and make payments on time, you build trust with the bank and start improving your credit score. The whole goal of secured credit card is to prove you can manage credit responsibly so you can eventually qualify for unsecured cards and better financial opportunities. Now, let's understand what goes into picking the right card. First and foremost, it's important to ensure the information on your credit report is accurate. According to the Federal Trade Commission, 1 in 4 consumers identified errors on their credit reports that might affect their credit scores. Checking report is simple. Step 1. Visit the official website, annualcreditreport.com, to request your free reports from all 3 major bureaus. Those are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Step 2. Look through your reports carefully for mistakes or outdated information. Step 3. Report any errors, fraudulent activity, or outdated information. If you spot an error, you have to take an action. Stay away from other websites promising free reports or services. I'm not saying it, FTC is. There is only one authorized place to get the free annual credit reports. Now that your report is accurate, let's choose a card. Here are the key factors to help you pick the best one. First, look for a card with a low or no annual fees, so you're not losing money while trying to build credit. Most of the cards charge no annual fee, making them ideal for beginners. Make sure the card reports your payments to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. This is crucial because it's how your credit score improves over time. Choose a card with a deposit amount you can afford, typically starting at $200. Some cards may even allow you to pay the deposit in installments. Fourth, look for cards that allow you to increase your credit limit by adding more to your deposit or automatically raising it after consistent on-time payments. Why is this important? We'll talk about it later. Some cards allow you to transition to an unsecured card after 6 to 12 months of responsible use. This saves you the hassle of applying for a new card later. Under application process, avoid cards that require a hard credit pull, especially if your score is low. Look for secured cards with a soft inquiry instead, as these won't affect your credit score. Check the reviews to see others' experiences, focusing on customer service and how easily deposits are refunded. Under additional benefits, check for perks like fraud protection, free credit score tracking, or other rewards. While rewards aren't a priority, they are a nice bonus if available. While you should aim to pay your balance in full every month, choosing a card with a lower APR can save you money if you carry a balance. Okay, now you have selected the card and ready to use it. Here are some important tips to make sure you use it responsibly. Pay your bills on time every month. This is the most important step. You must pay in full and avoid interest charges to improve your score. Keep your balance low by aiming to keep it under 30% of your total credit limit. This is where credit utilization comes in, which is the ratio of your credit card balance to your total credit limit. Keeping this ratio low is important because it shows lenders you're not relying too heavy on the credit. Remember, as I said earlier, credit limit flexibility is important. That's because by increasing your limit, you lower your credit utilization, which can help improve your score faster. Avoid applying for multiple credit accounts in a short period of time. This can hurt your credit score due to multiple hard inquiries. Keep your cards open because credit history stays on your report for up to 10 years after you close an account, and closing it can shorten the average age of your accounts, which can negatively affect your score. Set up payment reminders so you never miss a due date. Stick to essential expenses like gas, groceries, or subscriptions, especially in the beginning, things you can easily pay off. Avoid cash advances. Cash advances often come with high fees and immediate interest, making them expensive and risky, so avoid it at all costs. Monitor your statement. Regularly check your transaction for errors or fraud to stay on top of your account. And review your credit report regularly to ensure everything is accurate and up to date. Let's talk about monitoring your progress. Remember last time you were on a diet but ended up getting stuffed at one party, then another, and eventually you weren't on diet anymore? I do. That's why you need to track your score if you want to improve it. Luckily, there are plenty of free tools to help you out. Through part of its paid plan, My FICO delivers FICO score from all 3 big credit bureaus. Looking for something free? You can still check your Equifax score without spending a dime. Next up is Experian. Experian gives you free access to your Experian credit report and FICO score. Plus, if you're looking for more, they offer premium credit monitoring, alert, and tools to help you stay on top of your credit game. Also, many popular banks offer free credit scores as part of their services. It's worth checking with your bank. You could already have access and gain a fresh perspective on your scores. Checking your scores regularly will help you stay on top of things and catch any issues before they become bigger problems, such as not liking or subscribing to this channel. Now that you have the right card, you have been using it responsibly, and checking score improvement, let's see how you can boost your score. I know I'm saying it again, pay your bills on time. This is extremely important. Keep your credit utilization low. Aim to keep it under 30%. For best results, keep it below 10%. Ask your card issuer for a credit limit increase. This will help lower your credit utilization ratio, which can improve your score, or simply add more funds toward your limit to boost it. Either way, increasing your limit is a great way to improve your score. Become an authorized user. Ask a family member or friends with a good credit history to add you as an authorized user on their account. This can help improve your credit score without you having to open a new account. Use Experian Boost or similar services. Experian Boost allows you to add utility, phone, and rent payments to your Experian credit report. If you're regularly paying these bills on time, this service can potentially give your credit score a boost by factoring those payments into your score. Pay twice a month, make smaller and frequent payments to reduce your credit utilization and improve score faster. Diversify your credit mix. Having a variety of credit types, such as credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, can help improve your score. However, only open accounts you need. Don't just buy a fancy car in the name of boosting credit. Gradually increase credit activity over time. Start with essential purchases, then begin using your credit more frequently as you build a positive payment history. This will help boosting your score without overextending yourself. Once you have demonstrated responsible credit card usage over several months, typically 6 to 12 months, you may become eligible to graduate to an unsecured credit card. Here's how you can approach it. No issuer's graduation criteria. Each issuer has different requirements for graduating to an unsecured card, such as whether you have paid your bills on time, maintained a low credit utilization, and improved your credit score. Understanding these factors can help you plan your path to an unsecured card. Look for signs of readiness. It's time to self-reflect based on graduation criteria earlier, such as if you have paid your bills on time, your credit utilization is low, and your credit score has improved since you first opened a secured card. And this would signal you're ready for a transition. Then request a product change. Many banks allow a product change, which means you can switch your secured card to an unsecured card without opening a new account. This helps preserve your credit history and avoid new hard inquiry on your report. Apply for a new unsecured card if necessary. If your secured card issuer doesn't offer an upgrade option, you can apply for a new unsecured card. Look for one with low fees, a reasonable interest rate, and rewards that match your spending habits. Get your deposit back. Once your secured card is upgraded or closed, your deposit will be typically refunded to you. This is a great moment to celebrate your progress. Keep your old accounts open. Keep your secured card account open even after you get an unsecured card. Closing an account can shorten your credit history, which might hurt your credit score. Instead, keep the card open with occasional small charges to maintain a positive impact. Graduating to an unsecured card isn't just about shedding the deposit. It's a sign that you have gained the trust of lenders and are ready to handle more financial responsibility. Plus, unsecured cards often come with better perks like reward programs, higher credit limits, and lower fees. This step is a milestone in your credit journey. Now you're free. Check out my video where I break down the differences between secured and unsecured cards and learn how you can make most of your unsecured cards. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Credit Duck.